that, everybody. Yes. Good afternoon, everybody. Good morning, depending on where you live. Hey, this is Jerry Sports, and I am Sarah Bell of ESPN. And yes, I'm in my home studio. My home. This is my studio area. Eventually, I'm gonna have more cameras and stuff like that. Because I'm gonna have like a panel type thing coming up, something like that. But we got a lot of sports to talk about. We got a lot of different projects. I know I said this is a daily show, and it is a daily show. I do apologize that I'm not done all through on that, but it starts now. We are going to do this a daily show, come out 2 to 3 hours a day, Monday through Friday. We do this today, tomorrow, and Friday, and then from there we hit the Monday and all the way through. So let's get right into it. We've got a lot of stuff, and make sure you watch tonight. Tonight is the SB Awards. You have to know what that also means. That's right. The Jimmy D Foundation is underway. The Jimmy D Foundation is a big deal. If you want to donate, go to jimmyv.org. That's jimmyv.org. Do a check on that. I know it is, but Jimmy, G-I-M-U. Yes. So yes, make sure you go to the jimmyv.org. That's jimmyv. That is www.b.org. Make sure you go there, donate today, and I want to talk about that a little bit first here, because the Jimmy V Foundation is a big deal to all of us here at everyone at ESPN, as well as myself being part of ESPN Radio, Madison, as well as like Evan Cohen. You heard on this morning on Xbox One with Evan Cohen, Michelle Marmon, and Chris Kenty, but of course they had today Courtney Cronin in for Chris. But I think this should go on. I'm not sure when all this is, but I know they had an auction a while back, early 2000, 2020 or not. They got us back. They bought that back. They got some really great prizes you could bid on, and all that money that you pay for those prizes that you get will go to the Jimmy V Foundation for Cancer Research. And yes, we had the All-Star game last night, and yes, it was a shutout, and 3-4 AL over the NL last night. So yes, please do donate to the Jimmy V Foundation. And in the awards, it was Jimmy V himself, the guy who gave the speech a long back. These are the ones I live by. That's never give up. I got to go that line. We got a lot of sports to get into. We got second half of MLB starting up. Yes, I love the Jimmy V Foundation. They do a lot. They have a lot of cancer research, and I live by this. I love to do this. I'm going to be doing this myself as well. And anybody who has have heard of this before with the Jimmy V Foundation and the award that will be presented tonight at the SB Awards tonight on ABC and ESPN app. Unlimited. And that is, don't give up. Don't ever give up. I live by that because I am going to do that more hard now than I have before. Because I work for ESPN. Yeah, this show is not This show is not an ESPN show right now. And hope one day you could, but right now it's not. But I am. I am a part of ESPN because I work for ESPN Radio, Wisconsin, Madison. And I'm proud to be working for them. Which means I am connected to a lot of the people that you have watched throughout ESPN shows, throughout the entire ESPN family. Pat McAfee show, even though I didn't comment on that. Pat McAfee's one, Rich Eisen's one. Evan Sportsmanlike is another. First Take, Get Up, and a bunch of other shows, even NFL Live. People like Laura Rutledge, Stephen A. Smith, Pat McAfee, even Chris and my dog Russo, and a lot more. And of course, Evan Cohen, Michelle Smallman, Chris Kennedy, Michelle Smallman, just a year ago, did run a marathon, the New York Marathon, to raise money for the Jimmy V Foundation. And I want to applaud you, Michelle Smallman, for doing that a year ago. And I definitely applaud you for that. And I hope we can come up with something else you can do, maybe something more fun. Do something that you want to do more often than just running. Because I know you're not into running anymore. But we got to talk about, thinking back our subject here on the Jimmy V Foundation. And again, Jimmy V Foundation has helped a lot of people. And a lot of great speeches that came from that award. One was, some of them, there was a there were a lot of people that have had given the famous speech for Jimmy V. Just like Ty. We all know different Ty because he always is the guy that says baby. And just a lot of stuff for the college hoops. Also, of course, Stuart Scott. I know there was a couple I can't think of right now, but I know one of them is called ESPN Chicago, actually. I'm not going to think of the name, but I do apologize. But I definitely want to thank him. You are the man. And I thank all these people that are battling cancer. If you know anyone that's involved that has cancer, or if you have cancer yourself, the Jimmy V Foundation can help. It can really help. Even if you're a sports athlete or in regular sports or anything at all. So, yes. You got love hearing all these speeches from tonight's ESPY Awards that throughout the years. Here we go. I got the list here of several people that won it. I think, like I said, Jeff Hart won it. We all know Jeff Hart had bowel cancer himself. Stuart Scott. We all know Stuart Scott. The guy with the swag. We all love Stuart Scott and what he's done. I know he did a lot of work with Sports Center with Rich Eisen. And I know he's here with us in spirit. He's always here with us. I love the way he spoke when he gave his speech. I wonder who's going to do it this year. I'm looking forward to watching it tonight. And again, it's on ABC and ESPN Unlimited app. I myself had a brush with the cancer, but not like the ones that I've been part of, that have been going through with this movie. I had thyroid issues. We thought it was cancer, but we realized it was not much of that, really. It was just that my thyroid, half of it was not working, was completely dead. The other half of it was working overtime. But now I've been great for a long time now, and I've been on a replacement pill that gives me that gives me the thyroid that I don't have in replacement in that pill. So all I do is take that pill for the rest of my life. And I do want to thank all my family, my friends, and the neighbors that had helped me out. I even heard from people like Evan Cohen and Chris and Michelle and Chris Kent and Michelle Sherman and Courtney Corner this morning. I don't know, it's like if you have not yet watched it this morning, you can definitely go to the Apple Podcast where you get your podcast for the Unsportsmanlike podcast. I just listen to that. I gotta finish it up. I gotta do that, but they have a lot to talk about. That let me pull up my Apple podcast. They even had the CEO of the Jimmy V Foundation on today on Unsportsmanlike. So make sure you do listen back to Unsportsmanlike on Apple Podcast or wherever you get your podcast as well. You can go here. I want to go back into the. Okay, here we go. And again, Jimmy V Foundation Day, ESPY Awards Day today. It's huge for us at ESPN. You got a lot of people that have had to deal with cancer, and the Jimmy V Foundation helps out with that. And in fact, Courtney Cronin was wearing a Jeff Dickerson hoodie today. Jeff Dickerson also had cancer. Jeff Dickerson, who I made known, if you haven't heard of Jeff Dickerson, he's known at ESPN Radio. He was a staple, was an icon with our own ESPN Radio family. Is the reason that I'm sitting here doing what I am doing today, and tragically lost his battle of colon cancer back in 2001 at the age of 43. So that's why Michelle, and now it's why Courtney Cronin was wearing that shirt, because of him. Because they worked with him. A lot of these people worked with them. And even though I didn't know the guy, know the guy myself, I wish I got to know him and met him myself. And of course, Eric Cohen, the one that he mentioned, with ESPN 1000 in Chicago, he had a teammate, Mason Show, with our buddy Jonathan Hood, so many times throughout the years. And when we talk about survivors and sharing some stories, I would take this time. So again, this is Evan Cohen saying this. So he says, so about a year ago, I told everybody here on Experience Radio that my closest friends, a man by the name of John Martin J. Mont of ESPN West Palm that he worked with. And of course, I imagine Jim Wells would know that as well, I bet. But anyway, West Palm, along with hosting and producer and a member of the ESPN West Palm team for 23 years, was diagnosed with cancer about a year ago in his mouth. Mouth cancer. It's one thing with mouth cancer. He had mouth cancer basically. So it was very, very, and Aaron keeps saying that it's a very, very rare form of cancer. And he is the kind of person that when someone is unfortunately is diagnosed with cancer or do any kind of illness, disease, sickness, disease, the person who has that goes to them. I need help. Cheer me up. Find a way for me. Be my confidant. Be my ride or die. By there with me. That right there definitely shouts a lot. And I know Evan Cohen Evan, hope you see this. We all, I may not know this guy yet, but I hope I get to meet this guy. But at ESPN 1000 in Chicago myself. So let me continue. So he could not. Is it right? Right with me, right? And he had the diagnosis. He had the diagnosis himself. He could not go somewhere else and spot because he's that person. That's him. That's who he is. He's the go-to person, and over the last year, he has not been at ESPN West Palm, not for work. He cannot be because the doctors won't allow it. The doctors will not allow him to go to his work and speak, and that's what That's what we all use at ESPN is our voices. So I was fighting the cancer for 1 point in 1 day. So he had 12-hour surgery, additional to another surgery to fight this, and it's one of after another, where it's just we took this part out. But when we took a look at this part, we looked to our left and right and saw this other thing that we've got to now deal with. And now it's going to be yet another thing. Well, literally 2 days ago, for the first time in years, in a year, on Monday, this week, that same guy that had that surgery and had the mouth cancer came back to work at West Palm as a member of the team again. So I want to definitely give a shout out to him, and I would definitely want to say congratulations on surviving cancer. This really hard it gets to me because I have a friend of mine that works for us at East Family Madison that is a part of the West Palm Beach team right now. You actually would have heard of him. His name is Colin Russo. His dad, Chris the Mad Dog Russo. And of course, Evan Cohen when he was back at West Palm Beach, as well as Jim Willis in his West Palm Beach days as well. And of course, we all know Michelle Simone is a Cardinals fan, and he talked about Ozzie Smith. Actually, was it? It was her. This was his favorite. Okay, wonderful person, also a Cardinals fan. But she says, wonderful person. Do have the coach. It basically talking about Ozzie Smith. So yes, the Jimmy V Foundation helps a lot of people. A lot of people that have been touched by the Jimmy V Foundation and has had been diagnosed with cancer. So please donate $1, $1,000,000. We don't care the amount as long as you are donating. That's the only thing that matters is you donate to the Jimmy V Foundation. So go to the Jimmy. So go to the V Foundation's website, the V.org, like I said. And the Jimmy V Foundation first started back in 93. 93! So if we do the math, let's see how long is it? 93, 3, 13, 23. That was exactly 26 years ago. 26 years! And that's half of my life. Just less than half of mine. I'm 42. I'm 42 years old. And yeah, I had a family. My dad had a cancer, but luckily he survived and was a simple surgery to remove it. We got a lot of stuff out there. A lot of. Has all the best act. Okay, I'm just going through this because I want to make sure I touch everything that I can talk about the Jimmy V Foundation today. Because it is Jimmy V. It is. Yeah, we hear right there on my phone. Go to that website and donate. Research. All right, now, please donate to help you see this. The Jimmy V Foundation is a big deal to us at ESPN Radio and ESPN, my local ESPN, as well as the national ESPN. And yes, like I said, FPO Awards, that's right. Or the Jimmy V Foundation. So make sure you donate. And now we're going to talk a little sports, shall we? So let's get right into it. And I do want to let you all know that I finally got my X back. So I'm good to go full throttle on down with sports. And yes, I am settled with ESPN. So I do work for ESPN, like I said. So I'm going to be seeing that a lot. So you know that I work for them. And then my show has yet to become a show with the station. But for now, let's get right into it. And I definitely want to talk about let's see here. Well, first off, last night, well, actually, we got Spain in the final in the epic in the soccer in the cup for the cup to win the cup on Sunday. We're gonna find out who they're gonna play. Find out who they're gonna play. Will it be Messi and Argentina? Let's find that out today. In fact, let me give you that. Hey, this is the best thing about not the easy thing of doing the show on your own. I do need a co-host. So Ashton Wildman, I hope you see this, man. Okay, now tonight we have Argentina and Massey taking on ENG. That's on Fox and Fox 1 today at 2. So actually it starts in less than half an hour. And we'll find out who will Spain will take on Sunday for the Cup, for the World Cup. And yes, we also underway with the Summer League of the NBA as well. College football is about to start up again. All right, I'm just checking something here. Okay, since we have that, there's no game tonight, but there will be game tomorrow night to start the second half of the MLB season. And that will be the Phillies at home on the Mets tomorrow night on ESPN at 6 o'clock. Let's go into the weekend, shall we? Well, I should do it tomorrow, but let's see what we got. Okay, Dodgers, Yankees. We got Braves and Rangers, Astros and the Baltimore Orioles, Cardinals and D-backs, Rays and Red Sox, and that's going to be a two-gamer because it's a doubleheader for a makeup game back in May 9th. We got the White Sox again on the Blue Jays in Canada, but that's on MLB TV, but also on Apple TV as well. The Marlins on the Brewers is the Brewers on the road. Cubs host the Twins. Warriors host the Padres. Rockies host the Reds, and the Angels take on the Tigers. You got the Athletics taking on the Nationals, and the Giants taking on the Marlins. So that's the first set of games, the second half of the MLB. And yes, we do have. This is a time I like to look at stats. I don't like to wait. I want to wait until it's at the break to look at certain things in baseball. Because the last thing you want is to start looking at numbers in baseball at the beginning of the season, especially at the beginning, especially after the first day. Last night definitely was a great MLB All-Star game. They did one of the things that I actually love, and everybody can definitely relate to this. We all remember the movie The Sandlot, and how one day they have actually played an actual game. It's on the 4th of July. And so they kind of redid that. But the kids had the mitts and hopping on their bikes and riding to the park. So they showed that actually on last night as the game in Philadelphia, the All-Star game. And those kids were on their bikes into the Phillies Stadium, and got to watch a big fireworks show as well as the night sky lit up in Philly. There's some great performances. They had Boyz II Men sing. Y'all know Boyz II Men are a really group. I even had a song with Wolf Billy in it. Anyway, we gotta talk. Okay, again, football. We're getting closer to football season. It is July. We are getting towards mid-July right now, and that also means football is about to begin. Camp, actually. Camp, Kings will be reporting. And yes, we are 2 weeks away from the MLB trade deadline. So there'll be a lot of trades coming up. So make sure you here are watching me on Daily Sports for all your MLB trade news and for all your MLB trade news. And yes, the Brewers actually made a move recently. Actually, they actually finalized a trade. The Astros finalized a trade with the Brewers. Lance Marcus Jr. to the Brewers. Let me see who they traded for. See what they got. And then the Brewers. The Brewers. Steve Cotton Graham from the Astros and. See, his opponent was railroad or no? Okay, it says here that he was reported as waiving his. He actually got waived his no trade clause. He had a no trade clause in his contract, and yet he waived that and he got the trade to the Milwaukee Brewers. That's definitely going to have the Brewers, but the Milwaukee Brewers need more than just a batter. They need a good pitcher. They need pitching. They need a bullpen. They need to have more complete. Yes, they have a great record in the MLB right now. Let me see what they all at. We're going to pull up the rankings, standings. This is the standings as of now, with after the All-Star break going into the second half. With Tampa Bay up, and then the Yankees and the Red Sox. This is interesting. The White Sox actually have 50 wins. That's more than they had in the last couple of years. They have 5. The White Sox are actually at the top of their part of the division in the Central and the AL. And then you got the Cleveland at 51 wins. And the Twins out of that. But the Twins are under 500 right now. The Braves are up, and they are way over 500. They're 15 games over 500. Then there's the Phillies, then the Marlins, then the Nats, and then the Mets. And this is what I'm talking about with the Milwaukee Brewers. The Milwaukee Brewers are 59-37 record. That's one of the best records there is they had. One of the first teams that actually got 50 wins. Not just 50 wins, but 50 wins before the All-Star break. How many teams have 50 wins right now? There are some, but not many. Actually, you see 2. In the AL Central, alone, only see 4 teams in the NL Central with 50 or more wins. The Dodgers, on the other hand, they're way above that. They're way over 61 wins. And I think the Dodgers, with the way the Dodgers are playing, I can see them getting to 80 or more wins within the next couple of months. Or less. They're only 9 games away from 70. And the Dodgers are looking good. And hey, the Dodgers did really well representing in last night's All-Star game. with Freddie Freeman at first base. And of course, the hometown guy, Mike Trout, came home to play in the All-Star game as well. But yes, the Milwaukee Brewers are looking good this year, like they did last year. So last year they had that 14-game winning streak, and everybody got those 3 burgers. I don't think they're going to do that again this year. Even though they have a great record, I don't see them winning 14 or more games in a row. I don't see it. I just don't see it. Even with Jay Miskorowski. Yeah, Miskorowski is good. Jay Miskorowski, we all know how he is. We know how he can pitch. Hey, he throws heaters. And I mean massive heaters. I describe it within a movie. We all remember the movie The Rookie, with Harry Weingartner. Henry, wait, Gardner. When he got his arm broken, and then when he was throwing the ball, kind of like that, without having to have the surgery for Jay Miskorowski. At least that one. At least the one that Henry had was in the movie. And yes, we're getting close to college ball, like I said, for football. We're not that far away. And the NFL as well. Hey, September is we're like over 2 months from preseason football. In fact, the Hall of Fame game is in next month. We're just 2 weeks away from the Hall of Fame game, really. We're just a few weeks away from the Hall of Fame game. And then you got the 3 preseason games. Then going into the regular season from there. The NFL. So, yeah, we're close to the NFL season starting up. And it also means that this show will be on even more on a daily basis. And I will make sure you get all your sports news and happenings in the sports world. And I definitely want to talk about all these rankings that are coming in for the NFL. According to the NFL, according to depending on the source, it's one thing when you see for the source of being here we go. I meant to go there. How? Okay, right. Okay, what do you mean? See, we got. Yeah, apologies for that. Okay, well now. Let me go to my X. Since I got my X back up and running. Let me see what I got news wise from. Let's see what I got from my guy Insider. Adam Schefter. Okay, so according to Adam Schefter, Welsh starter center Ethan Pokes, who tore his Achilles last December, recently was cleared by his doctor to participate in training camp. That is a good sign for the Browns to get back. The Seahawks rookies report. Rookie players are going to be reporting now. The Seahawks are going to have their start on Friday. And yes, don't forget the Seahawks did steal their team. They got a buyer. And let's see, again, we got the FB Awards tonight. We got Laura Tish. Laura Tish has been named the ESPN Sports Philanthropist of the Year honoree. So congratulations to her for sure. And also, let's see here. And of course, congratulations to Jeffrey Lurie, Lurie, who has been named this year's honoree for the Stuart Scott Award. And there has been a passing. Houston Texans co-founder, senior chair Janice S. Nair has passed away at the age of 89. And the Bills have claimed wide receiver Quinn Skinner off waivers from the New York Jets. This is what I don't get with the Jets. They had Rodgers. We all know how that went. And now Rodgers is going into his second season of playing football with the Steelers of Pittsburgh with his head coach, his former head coach of the Green Bay Packers, Mike McCarthy. That's right, Mike McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers are back together again, this time with Pittsburgh. And that's just what I want to talk about that for sure. So let's get right into that. And yes, we all know this is Rodgers' final season. He said this is it. But I'm not sure. But hey, after this year, I say Rodgers, put up the cleats and grab a freaking microphone and get in the booth. I see Rodgers be in the booth soon, and he should do that sooner than later. Rams tackle Ackland Jackson will not face a felony charge after his arrest on domestic violence charges in June in LA, and that's going through the LA County District Attorney's Office. Packers have announced that a contract extension for linebacker Isaiah McDuffie. That's why McDuffie got his extension, which is good for the Pack. We could definitely use him going into next season. You know how Love is. Jordan Love. Okay, let's talk about Love for now. First. Because Jordan Love. First off, we all know how Jordan Love can play. He can be good at times, he can be bad at times, but he never plays up to his freaking effing contract. He never does. He hasn't played up to his contract, and he never has, and never will. Jordan Love would never do that. If you want more talk on that kind of thing, make sure you listen to Jim and Ronnie and Jim Mondays through Fridays from 4 till 6 on ESPN Radio Madison. So they will be on in a little over 2 hours. I'll be off. I'll run that time myself, so I can put them on. And if you want to listen to Monty and Jim or any other show that we have on our shows, let's say Jim Game and Chewy, William Tausch, KMB, the Home Hour, the Damn Sports Show with Allison and Wally, which are relevant on the tee, jump around with Jim Willis and Rowdy Elk. And of course, don't forget the Leote, the Green Goldfix, and of course on Sportsmanlike and which I can show as well. So yes, if you want to have listen to all the shows, you can easily get all that on the ESPN Wisconsin on demand app. Just download the ESPN Wisconsin app and you can see it. All the I got up right here on my phone right now. Just download the app, you can get the live radio stations on the audio, and you can also get them to the YouTube channel as well with Milwaukee Beaver Dam and with 94.5 Milwaukee, 1430 AM Beaver Dam, FM AM Beaver Dam, and Madison is 100.5 FM as well. And make sure you check out their YouTube as well. And make sure you subscribe to those channels as well, just like I have. Oh, okay. I got a little college news. Looks like Alabama flipped an Auburn commit. Well, let's see what commit. Cedric Simpson went to Jimmy Steins, and I had to just finish up a show where she was doing his show, of course, along with Luke Robinson with Locked on Bama. So this is a good flip. And I do mean a good flip. Let me go here. Okay, according to my Stocko Insider, Joe Castle, we do have who there has signed with the Chicago Fire. And I do apologize I cannot pronounce the name correctly. New England Revolutions is resigned USMT MNTGK Matt Turner on loan from Lyon, Lyon. Again, I do apologize if I cannot pronounce these things correctly. According to Sean Shavania, USA Basketball is expected to name Oklahoma City's Mark Designment, Detroit's JV Biggerstaff, and Zaga's Mark Few as assistant coaches for the national team. Coach Eric Spoelstrom's staff sources tell ESPN in sports as well. And now it's within the last day. And of course, free agent Zion Williams has agreed to a one-year deal for $3 million to sign with the Los Angeles Lakers, sources for ESPN and German Sports as well. And looks like the longtime NBA coach Frank Vogel has agreed to become the assistant head coach at Golden State Warriors under Steve Kerr. Okay, I think I like that. I actually like it. I think that should be a pretty good matchup. According to Heather Graham, and of course we got a lot of podcasts out there you got to watch with college football and NFL starting to heat up, start up. The Big 12 president and chancellors haven't yet to pull the league's recent signed federal lawsuit because there are still questions about Texas Tech quarterback Brandon Sorby, with the NFL and his NFL future, basically. And Brandon, so to speak, he gambled. He basically is a gambler, and he should not be traded go to the NFL because of it. He best of his career, he should pay for it. Brendan Sorby should just pay the piper and leave football and do something else. Maybe become a coach or something, man. That'd be better. The last thing we want in the NFL is someone who has already had gambling problems in college, let alone in the pros. We all know how gambling works in sports, in the NFL, MLB, NBA, WNBA, whatnot. And yes, that's just what I gotta say about that. And this is good. The CFB leaders faces serious questions over the expansion of 24th T field. Okay, I'm gonna look into this more, and I will let you know. Let me see what I got. Here we go. And of course, Paul Feinbaum is reporting this as well as hello. Let's see here. I'll do my homework and I will put this out on my next episode. But it's basically talking about a 2014 format. Right now, we got 12. This will be doubling the teams that are in the team format we had in the last couple of years. 24 teams, that's going to take twice as long to play those games, let alone for the teams that are going to be playing in it. Because you have to wait the entire season, get to Selection Sunday, then here are those 24 teams, here every single team, top 25, all that, and then, okay, here's the top 25, this is the final top 25, okay, the first 24, you win. But they also might have some other things going, like, are you, if you are is your team if I sorry my tongue is tied here. For example, say if you want your title, your college title, or are you at a large bid team, or if you had a one loss or a two loss team. You gotta think about all this before any of this is even considered to have 24 teams in the playoff format. But luckily, it says what I got here is going to begin next season in 2027 for 24 teams. Okay, this is definitely going to be a big deal to talk about as it progresses and as it comes out. I will let you know with my sources with Paul Feinbaum and the CFB and Heather Graham, Heather Dent. All right, there's not much of hockey going on. Except for the Ducks making a move, match with Leo Carlso off a sheet from Philadelphia. Carlso will return in Anaheim for the NHL's highest paid player. And Connor B. Bernard is likely to miss training camp and start of next season after undergoing left shoulder surgery and expected to recover in 4 months. Within 4 months. Okay. Like MLB news, according to my sources with Jeff Passan, the White Sox closing, choosing UCLA shortstops Welch Trachisky, who is the number one overall pick in the MLB draft, which tells ESPN sources and Denver Sports as well. And of course, they are trading news with the Pirates of Pittsburgh, and they are trying the infielder Jacob Gonzalez and left-hander reliever Brandon Instert from the Chicago White Sox for the 34th pick in tomorrow's draft. Of course, this was 5 days ago. Okay, I got a new reporter, Alex Alexa Filipino, I think it is. She is doing the women's basketball reporter.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Sorry about that. I said the name Alexa. Anyway, the WNBA's All-Star receives Sonia Cotton, Alicia Gray, Renard Howard, Kiki Evelyn, Jacko Johnson, Shaquan, I think it is Johnson, sorry about that. Mary Madden, Dominique Gillen, Kelsey Palm, Coney Reynolds, Jackie Young, and Angel Reese, and Nika Uganuski. That's the best I can pronounce the name. Sorry about that. So basically, they have everything set for the All-Star game. But I think they already have that, so let me get past that. Let me see what I got from my boy Adam. Okay, according to my sources with Adam, so with Adam Schefter, according to there is an investigation of Geno Smith for an accident with a woman accusing him of battery last month. Is no longer active, and the Jets quarterback will not be charged for the Davis, Florida Police Department. Now let me get the actual football stuff. Okay, the group led 49ers limited partner. Oh, okay, this is about a purchase. This is actually about the Seahawks. For who bought the Seahawks, actually? So it's Bido Kista Vindo Vinod Costco KHOSLA has agreed to purchase the Seattle Seahawks for a whopping $9.6 billion, which is a record price for the NFL franchise, per Seth Wilkerson, and of course out of himself. The number one basketball player in the Sports Center next class of 2027, Marcus Spears Jr., is reclassifying to the class of 2026 to commit to Texas. Commanders are retiring John Wiggins' number 44 jersey on Sunday, November the 8th, when they take on the Washington Commanders, and they host with Washington as the host of the Los Angeles Rams. So that's what I got within the last week as well. Out of children. Now let me go to my guy Pete Thamel in the college ball. Okay. Marcus Hughes Jr., the number one prospect of the class of next year, is reclassifying. Oh, I just read that. I don't know how I got that on, but anyway, you don't know, folks. I gotta plug this in so I can continue. Here we go. Okay, we gotta talk about WWE. We got SummerSlam coming right up. And yet I gotta get my Netflix back up so I can watch Spinning the Wall. We should got SmackDown on Friday night on USA, whatever it is. The largest sale prices of professional sports teams. Here we go. We're going to start off with 23 with the Commanders at $6.05 million. Celtics at $6.1 million in 25. 26, we got the Seahawks. Of course, this year with the Seahawks with 9.61, $612 billion. And then 10 million with the Lakers back in 25. According to Shelter, it says here more than mobile group being led by the San Francisco 49ers. Limit partner has basically talking about the Niners and the Seahawks, really. And you know what? It is 2 o'clock. I got about an hour too left to go. We'll take a quick commercial break and I'll be right back. Okay, now we are back. And that commercial was sponsored by Iron Jock. Go to ironjock.com. IronJersey.com. And if you want to use it for 40% off, use the promo code ESPN40. That's ESPN40 for 40% off Iron Jock apparel. Now we got to talk about what should I talk about? Really? Okay, this is Corner Ridge Island. And it gives you a couple of selections. It says, where would you go to play if you were wanting the Warriors, the Cavs, or the 76ers? Well, we all know a lot of his LeBron's friends are with the Warriors. He has yet to play at Philadelphia, and I doubt he's going to play in the Philadelphia team, the 76ers. Now he does have history with the Heat and the Cavs. Because you all know the Cavs was his home team. He brought a championship to them. They also brought a championship to Miami as well. I'm torn with the Cavs and the Heat. Well, I'd love him to go back to Miami because we all know Giannis Antetokounmpo is a. I can actually see LeBron James and Giannis to have their own like big 3 or 4 team, big 3 or big 4 with him and with the two of them. They could be like maybe the two amigos or something like that. Who knows? You got the freak. You got the freak and the Greek freak. So maybe that could be the way. Now we gotta talk NFL. Got a lot of NFL to talk about now. And Luke. Okay, let's see. Let me go to Adam here. Let me see if I got anything new from him recently. I don't see much at the moment. At least not until maybe later tonight. But anyway, again, we do have the FP Awards tonight. The V Foundation. Make sure you definitely donate your money to the V Foundation and help with cancer research. Excuse me. I got a lot to talk about, but sometimes I not all together, but I will get it together. I got to do my homework. Got to actually taking notes and everything. Because that's what it takes to be a professional sports analyst. as well as and podcaster as well. Hmm. Yeah, okay, now here we go. Now I got something here. Let's see here. Looks like Stephen Curry's going to give out the award tonight. Jeff Lewin, the Stuart Scott Inspired Award to the Ravens. George Pickens said at Minnesota Minicamp that he is focused on the field and with contract questions beginning handling by his agent. So agent is doing his thing and he's doing his, basically. You know, Charles shut or delete. Yeah, this is an odd time for sports. I know there's not much going on. I know you got baseball going on. We got the second half of that going. Here we go. Let me see what we can get from my boy Evan Cohen. An unsportsmanlike. Okay, let's talk about the fact that, you know what? If you send me a question, I'd love to hear what you want to talk about. I would love that in the comments. You know, on YouTube, and my friend Jimmy will send those to me. That way, I can answer your questions in the YouTube comments. And of course, Kenny Miller. Oh. Okay, I do apologize for when going like this. I know this is not what I should be doing. I should have everything planned out. I'll make sure I do that every day from now on. Coming up with this should be on daily show as well. Oh, okay. They are going to honor three individuals tonight at the ESPY Awards. They will be honoring three individuals for their courage, perseverance, and service at the ESPYs. It's the Arthur Ashe Award, actually. It's Jason Collins. Of course, the Jimmy V Award with Jim Abbott. The Pat Tillman Award with Scott Ruskin. And that is tonight at 8 Eastern on ABC and the ESPN app as well. And of course, let's see here, what we got. You know what? Let me talk about this. Let's talk about LeBron James. Where is LeBron James? LeBron James has been in the career. I'm just going crazy here. I'm nuts. I do apologize for that. Okay, the FIBA World Cup is underway now, and there's no score as of now with Argentina and Messi right now. And if you want to shoot that out, there's a Fox Tele and Fox One that's on right now. Okay, we got college football coming up. It's just weeks away. July going into. We're about to go into August. We're a couple weeks away from August, which means college football will be starting up. We got some games right here in week. We do this in week one. Do not forget there is a such thing as a week zero. It's week zero in the NFL in the college football. Actually, I wonder what games they have for week zero for this year. And of course, ooh. Okay, here's something good that I should put out there. This is a credit that Kate Adams had put out. She says, I know this was meant to be a gag, but when we inadvertently failed, but now that we're here, I genuinely think we can do it. She's basically talking about the Save the Tournament, about the Fox soccer, basically. With the soccer stuff that's going on. Let's talk about Lamar Jackson, shall we? Because Lamar Jackson had dealt with his injuries. He has dealt with not playing, and he had to play in the playoff game. He's yet to play in the Super Bowl. I don't think Lamar Jackson is going to get far. He has to stay healthy for the entire season first before he has a chance for a playoff game, let alone a division, let alone a wild card, or even a Super Bowl. But Lamar Jackson has to be bleeping in shape and healthy to do that. And to make sure I cover everything in the sports industry. That way I give you the news. And hey, like I said, I am looking for a co-host. I am going to work on building the show around and get on ESPN. I got to talk with some people at my work about that. You feel me? I'm asking. But until then, got to get right back at it right now. Okay, now let's see here. We had to talk about the fact that the Green Bay Packers who is going to be, who is your predictions of this year's NFL season? Who's going to be the worst the worst teams? Who's going to be the best teams? And which teams are going to be mediocre? And which teams are going to be average? Also with the NFL coming up with the Hall of Fame game just weeks away, going into the preseason and into the regular season. There's going to be a lot of talks coming up, I know, on also the shows here on Down Sports, of course, as well as on Sportsmanlike. Get up. Sportsmanlike, get up First Take, NFL Live, and NFL Countdown, and all those great shows we have on NFL. We have on ESPN. Oh, okay. Well. Looks like which Isaac is definitely giving it to King James. If you happen to look at King James' Instagram story yesterday, you might see a couple of familiar faces. You might be talking about him, actually, himself. You all know which Isaac is a famous guy. I've been on a show once. I'm going to be coming in again and again. Now, just so you all know, I will be coming back in more and more often on Firebomb on Paul Firebomb Show, as well as which I am. So I can and of course look at Barstool Sports. Right now they actually have a live stream going on of the World Cup right now. According to one of their sponsors, Pepsi, DraftKings, and New Amsterdam as well. And yeah. Sorry about that. We're on my pauses. And of course, with the speech tonight, Coach Nettie has looks like he has sat down with Kay out of the Adam Show as well. oh, this is something I definitely want to talk about this later. This is Damian. Amendola. Damian Amendola. He says the World Cup provides the U.S. has the stadiums, the crowds, and the infrastructure to host soccer's biggest stage. Packed NFL videos and unforgivable tournament should make beginning the World Cup back to America an easy decision. I agree with him, actually, with Damian. Why not? We have a lot of more stadiums, football stadiums, that the actual regular football, regular American football stadiums that can have and host the World Cup. Let me know in the comments of this replay episode, of today's episode, what you think about that comment by Damian Amendola. About that, and I think this is a good move. And who knows, it might be a while before the USA will be hosting again. Excuse me. And of course, which Isaac is talking about the teams actually recruiting LeBron to their teams. What does that even look like? What does it look like with LeBron being phone calls from the team? Okay, looks like Adams just put out just a couple of Kansas City-based guys playing AL football. Okay, let's see here. You know what? Let's put the cards on the table here, everybody. Put the cards on the table. Who is the quarterback Who is better, Jordan Love or Caleb Williams? Yes, Caleb Williams beat him twice last year, regular season and the playoff game. And of course, don't get one of those games. Lost the game when the Packers crumbled under pressure after taking a commanding lead and then crumbling to dust. And then seeing the ashes fall as the Bears beat the Packers in a playoff game. Not just a home game, but also a playoff game as well. Ooh, okay, this is awful first take. It says here, in terms of making the playoffs, perhaps playing deep into October, I think the Yankees still figure out before the end of the year. Will the Yankees figure it out, or will they figure it out sooner? Because, and this is according to Bush Arden, because he's concerned that the Yankees without Judge. Hey, yeah, Judge has not been playing in a while. He has been dealing with injuries lately. So what do you see of the New York Yankees without Aaron Judge going for the rest of this second half of the MLB season? If you want to see what I'm talking about with the MLB starting a tradition, this is definitely what we're talking about. Knocking on doors, going to play a pickup game on the 4th of July. All right, now. Ooh, looks like Stephen Smith fires back at Jamal Green and Jamal Hill. So I'm going to follow this up later on as well. Let's see here. Okay, this is going to the NBA on ESPN. It would be a great story if it would be fun. Some legitimate contenders. They're talking about LeBron James. Where should he go? Not pretty much everybody in the media is thinking the Warriors. I'm thinking more likely the Warriors. Yes, player, teammate, friends, the friends they played with at the Warriors. And yes, we have the Cavs, we got the Heat involved as well. But what would you rather play for? What would you rather play with? Your friends? Or play with Giannis and chase the ring? Ooh, it looks like according to the Miz of the WWE saying that is begging LeBron to come home. Hey, I don't blame him. Hey, that will be a storybook ending for LeBron to come back to the Cavs for one last season. One last or 2 seasons. And finish up his career in Cleveland as the same thing that he started his career with in Cleveland. All right, we all know how the Dallas Cowboys are not always the best team. They're good before the season. But moves on and into the actual season, they go somewhat. Let me know in the comments what are your predictions of the Dallas Cowboys record for this coming season. Okay, if you had to give out an FB award to one put, oh, you right mind. I see you. You had to do it. Okay, this is according to the last 17 hours of the Athletic. Talking about heroes getting remembered, but legends never die. Follow your heart, kid, and you'll never go wrong. This is a tribute of America's pastime and the Sandlot. Yes, I love this moment. Watching this last night kind of brought me back to my childhood for sure. I remember watching the Sandlot. I remember you play one game a year on the 4th of July. The night sky lights up in the fireworks. Okay, college football. Let's do this for college football. Okay, let's look at the games first. Okay, we got for week one. I just go into week one, not week zero, because I don't know what they got. North Carolina, TCU. USC takes on San Jose State. Virginia takes on North Carolina State. Those are 2 o'clock and 11 o'clock games. Dakota, Jack State, and North Dakota. Yeah. I don't see that many games. I don't see that many games. Let me see here. Fresno State, UC. Friday on a Friday, Texas. I don't see that many games that are gonna be big games yet. For at least week one, I don't see much going on in week one. At least in the top 25 right now. For week one in the college football ranks, but we'll see. What else it is? We all know the Wisconsin Badgers will be taking on Notre Dame up in Green Bay at Lambeau Field. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I should be out there with ESPN, of course, with my work. So hope you see me there at the tailgate and the beginning of the game. And we have a game tonight. We have the Fever playing tonight at 7 o'clock on USA Network against the Falcons. The Sparks beat the Lennox, and the Sky beats the Storm 95-90 and 87-96. That is for tonight. So two teams are playing already. We've got one game for tonight in the WNBA. Okay, we are almost to the 3 o'clock hour. We might cut it short, we see. And yes, guys, Chevrolet won the last, was the winner of this past weekend. We got the Royal, we got the Coors. Okay, I'm trying to pronounce this right, I do apologize. Coming in. NBA Summer League, we have a game on right now with the Pacers up by 215-17 in the first on Prime Video against the Timberwolves. We got the Blazers taking on the Clippers at 9:30 on ESPN Prime Video for the Spurs and the Jazz at 8:30. 7 o'clock ESPN 2. Celtics, Kings, Bucks, and Hornets on Prime at 6:30. So the Suns and the Pistons at 5 on ESPNU. Prime Video 4:30. Pelicans and Cavs, Sixers and Magic at 3 o'clock and 16 minutes on ESPNU. Okay. You know what? There's not much I can. I know I said 3 hours. I might. It looks like I'm gonna cut it short today, only because I don't have much I can talk about right now. So I'll do my homework, and we'll do a full episode tomorrow. Until then, have a great day. Let's have a great Wednesday. We got a lot of sports going on. Make sure you watch the SB Awards tonight. I will be doing some videos from that later on as the awards are handed out and given to the winners. We have WWE action. We got the Night of Champions coming up. Actually, and we got and of course CM Punk is back. So and he has his title. Make sure you watch Unsportsmanlike tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Eastern Time. 6 to 10, 6 and 10 a.m. Eastern Time as well. Tomorrow, I'm going to Michelle Coleman and Chris Kennedy. We'll see if Chris is in tomorrow. Oh, here we go. This is something I got. Okay, 2026 WNBA All-Star Draft Change. First 10. You got Paige Buckner. You got Rhea Stewart. You got Kelsey Michelle. You got Natasha Howard. Gabe. Got Gabby Williams. Last team. Coop. On Team Spoon, you got Keelan Clark. You got AJ Wilson. Olivia Mills. Allison Boston and Jessica Shepard. Definitely, that looks good to me. For the All-Stars for the WNBA. Okay, now we're going to dissect some NFL. Let's talk about some NFL, everybody. We're getting close to the preseason, going to the regular season. And it looks like the Cowboys, Snowden has been suspended by the NFL for 3 games. Let's take a look and see why. He's eligible to take part in all Cowboys preseason activities, including games. The suspension will take effect after the NFL's reduction to 53 players. The reason of his suspension was not stated, but reached a plea deal in the January to result a DIY arrest back in 2024, back when he was playing with the Raiders. So he basically cleaned up something that he did back when he played with the Raiders with the Cowboys this season. And all right, let me ask this: who this year's NFL season? Okay. Oh. Sorry about that, folks. Okay, here we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, we got the Packers on the Steelers on Thursday Night Football, and then we got the Cowboys taking on the Seahawks. Okay, I don't know why it's doing this to me on my phone. I'm trying to get. Here we go. All right, now we got a Wednesday game on September the 9th. 7:10 on NBC. You got the champion Seahawks taking on Patriots. How ironic. Week 1 of the regular season, and it's basically a replay of a rematch of the last year's Super Bowl with the Patriots and the Seahawks. Can the Patriots finally win one against the Seahawks in a regular season game versus a Super Bowl? Seattle is favored by 3.5 points with a total points of 44.5. New England is plus 160. On the 9th, on the 10th of September, on Thursday, we got the Rams and the Niners at 7:35 on Netflix. So if you don't have Netflix right now, make sure you sign up now. I gotta re-sign up. I gotta get back in there. And then on Sunday, on the 13th, we have Packers taking on the Minnesota Vikings on CBS Week 1 at 3:25 in the afternoon. On Sunday, the evening game, we got the Cowboys taking on the Giants. We got the Falcons and the Steelers Week 1 at noon. On Fox. On CBS at noon, we got the Ravens and the Colts. Also at noon, also on CBS, the Bills taking on the Texans. Bears are taking on the Panthers at noon on Fox. Noon on CBS, you got the Jags taking on the Browns at home. The Lions are taking on the Saints at noon on Fox as well. The Titans will take on the Jets also on CBS at noon as well. The Buccaneers will take on the Bengals on noon on Fox. 3:25 from CBS, the Chargers will go to the Cardinals. Oh, this might be interesting to watch for sure. And that will be Sunday, on Sunday, 3:25 on Fox. The Raiders and Francisco Mendoza will take on the Miami Dolphins Salah, I believe. You got the Eagles taking on the Commanders. It's between 5 on Fox as well. And then the Monday night game on the 14th. You got the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes taking the Bullets and the Broncos at 7:15 on simulcast. That's a simulcast, ESPN and ABC. So yes, they're going to start doing that now, and that is week 1 of the regular season for preseason games. Week 1 preseason. Just like the Pittsburgh, just like the Rodgers should get to play against his old team, the Packers. But I doubt he's going to get any play time. The Lions and the Bengals, close. Patriots, Chargers, Texans, Raiders and the Cardinals, Niners, Texans, Niners, Titans, Jets, Buccaneers, Dolphins at Commanders, Broncos at Falcons, Cowboys at Seahawks, Giants and Vikings, and Panthers at the Bills, Browns at the Bears, Jaguars at the Saints, and Rams at the Chiefs. And then whoever off, Ravens at home against the Eagles. And week 1 of the preseason. The Hall of Fame game is a Thursday night, 7 o'clock at NBC. The Panthers and the Cardinals. And that will be next month on the 6th. So we are close. So get ready for week 2. I say now, get your fantasy teams ready now. Get your credit cards, your PayPal accounts, your Venmo accounts, everything ready to go for fantasy football. I say do it now while it's just a few weeks away from that Hall of Fame game. DraftKings. Whatever you use for your betting needs. Pick'ems. And of course, you can easily sign up for a fantasy football league. Fantasy football on that ESPN all-inclusive app. As well as the NFL Pick'em, NFL Survive, and the College Pick'em, and the NFL Playoff Predictor, and the NFL win totals as well. So, we're at 3 o'clock. You know what? I cut it down to 2 hours today, and we do eventually go up to 3. Eventually. So, we're going to cut it off for here for now. Thanks for at least watching, at least having a chance to watch me, even though I may not be doing the best job. But I will do better on my next episode. Hey, this is a daily show, and this is Daily Sports, and I am Salah with ESPN Radio. And I'll see y'all next time. Again, I will do my homework, I'll get my notes, everything together for tomorrow's episode of Daily Sports. And yes, I am Salah with ESPN Radio of ESPN, and I'll see y'all next time.